astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your daily forecast for the day of Saturday, March 17th, 2018. First of all, happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope you all have a good one. I got my green on, wearing it today. It was also a little rainy out, a little cold today, so I got my coat on. Hope you all like it. Before I get started, I did also just want to mention my Mercury retrograde webinar coming up not this Thursday, but next Thursday, all right? What I think that is going to be about, really, to change subjects and start to talk about the astrology, is about us rethinking our identity, who we are, and how we do things. The past 3 years, we've been doing lots of new things we haven't done before with Saturn being in Sagittarius, okay? Taken out of our comfort zone, doing lots of different things. Well, now that we've become a new person, now that we are doing new things, we need to adjust our identity to get on board with all these new things we've done. We need to tell ourselves and the other people in our life different stories that take all of these things that we've done into account, all right? So that, to me, is what this Mercury retrograde is going to be about. Now that you are a different person than you were 3 years ago, who are you? Who do you think you are? What are you going to tell other people about what you've experienced these past 3 years? You know, are you going to think new thoughts to accommodate your new life? Or are you going to be stuck in an old life and an old way of thinking about yourself and doing things? So that's what we're going to talk about there. And if that's something that you are interested in here, please sign up down below at the link in my description box, and I hope to see you all there. Now, for your horoscope today, what we've got going on, Moon hanging out here in Pisces, really bringing our attention to our insides, our spirituality, our emotions, what is just going on just within us, okay? Also with Pisces, the past, making sense of the past, overcoming the past so that we can move forward. So I think that's what's a lot of on our mind, okay? With the moon late last night in a sextile to Pluto and in a trine to Jupiter, I think there was lots of change going on coming in. Maybe the more we were listening to our heart, our spirit, our soul, we realized, okay, I think there's more changes that I need to make in order for me to feel better on the inside, in order for me to feel more at peace, in order for me to feel more whole about myself. Maybe these were changes, especially with Pluto in Capricorn, in your reputation, in your career, and where it is you see your life going. Maybe that's what you are realizing. Okay, in order for me to feel more comfortable on the inside, I need to change something about my life and the direction it's going in order for me to feel better. These changes can also be internal, with the moon making the trine over to Jupiter in Scorpio. Maybe it's not just changes to where you see your life going, but maybe you also need to change your emotional responses to things. Change the way that you feel inside about your life, about your past, about everything that you've experienced, so that you can start to move forward feeling more free to do some things you've been working on for quite some time, okay? So that's what I see going on there at the beginning of today. In the past few days, a major inner transformation, trying to transform not only where your life is going, but who you are from the inside out, so that you can meet a new life that you've been working on while Saturn was in Sagittarius, to do some new things in a much better way, okay? So that's what we've got. Then at 5 a.m. Mountain Time, after that happens, the moon comes over the sun and makes the new moon, all right? And I think that new moon is really going to be the time for you to start to cut ties with the past, to get over the past, to get over an old life, all right? And to start to refresh your perspective, have a new perspective on life, a new outlook, to approach your life with a new set of eyes, a new way of seeing things, a new way of feeling things internally, okay? That to me is what this new moon is about. And we've really been trying to work the past few days and weeks to make sure that when we got to this moment, that we were ready to let go of the things that have been holding us down from the past, so that we really could step into a new identity, renew ourselves, move forward, getting a new outlook on our past, a new outlook on our life, so we can do some things better, all right? So that's what I see going on at this new moon. Then after this new moon happens at 9 a.m., the moon comes over Chiron. So this is kind of like a weird thing that's going on, where the past 2 days we've had the moon hanging out in the beginning degrees of Pisces, making all of these pretty aspects to Saturn, to Pluto, to Capricorn, sextiles. I love sextiles. A trine to Jupiter. Jupiter to me is pretty positive most of the time. Okay, and after we've had like a really good opportunity the past few days and at this new moon to start to become a new person, step into a new identity, refresh ourselves from the inside and get rid of some things from the past, all of a sudden the moon, after it comes off of this new moon at 9 a.m., moves into a conjunction with Chiron and hits a hard thing. It's a hard aspect. It's like right as we feel like we're doing it, we're moving forward, we're becoming a new person, living a new life, moving forward on this journey we've been working on for some time, all of a sudden we like relapse. We relapse again. Like more things start coming back from the past to haunt us and to hurt us, and old patterns and old ways of doing things and fears and insecurities about our life and who we are and where things are going that start to come in that could then be hard at 9 a.m. All right. And I think the message of this is to say, don't let those fears, always with the message of Chiron, is to don't let those fears get you down. If you've been doing the work the past 2 days and even longer to feel better and to put your life in the right place, then you should be able to overcome this. Then you need to have faith that the insights you received, maybe the brief moments of clarity and insight that you've gotten, are right about where your life is going, and you need to trust that and you need to have faith. Okay, and if you can trust those visions that you saw of your life, of a better future for yourself, hold on to that glimmer of hope and hold on to all the inner work that you've done. It's going to help you at 9 a.m. when the moon conjuncts Chiron to not let these same fears hold you down, and for you to transform your fear, to take a different outlook on your fear, and to do things differently now that you are a different person, now that a lot of new things have come to you, so that you can move forward. Okay, so it's just a weird thing coming in with the moon in a conjunction to Chiron after the new moon, because we've been doing some work. I think we've been doing pretty good. I mean, Mars has been in a square with Chiron the past few days. It's been hard, bringing up some hurt things, but I think we're trying to move forward. We're trying to move in a new direction. I think we're starting to get there, and then all of a sudden some old things come up again. And yeah, the message is to not relapse. Don't relapse. It's like the Eminem, recovery and relapse. Don't fall back into like an old way of doing things. To trust that the inner work that you've been doing so far, and that everything you've been working on to put your life in a better place, is right. And I think if you've been trying so hard and if you've been doing the inner work, it's gonna pay off. It's gonna pay off in the end, and to just not let any temporary, thing that comes up get the best of you. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Then after that happens, at 1 p.m. the moon comes off of Chiron and it enters Aries. And when the moon is in Aries, it brings our attention to doing things, to making things happen. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's cardinal, it's passionate, it's fire, action oriented, likes to do things, likes to make things happen. And I think that's what comes in after the moon conjuncts Chiron a little bit earlier. All right, and so this I can see going either way, 2 ways. Okay, if you let Chiron hurt you again, and if you let Chiron beat you after you've been doing so much good work inside the past few days, if you let Chiron beat you, I think this could be a chance where you start to run away with some of your fears. You start to run away with some of these hurt feelings. You start to run away with some of these issues that come back. All right, because Aries is a fire sign. It gets things done, but it doesn't always engage the mind. So Aries can run away. The moon in Aries can run away with some of your feelings. All right, so that could either be a thing that comes in at 1 p.m. running away with these hard feelings and negative self-talk and doing negative things based on negative feelings, needing to be careful about that. However, if you accept that these feelings that have come up, these hard feelings, are not you, you're not going to let them get you down, you're not going to worry about them, you're going to move forward, keeping the highest perspective in mind, then I think when the moon moves into Aries, it can give you a really good opportunity to start to formulate your new identity, to start to move forward in a new and different way based on everything that you've been doing the past 3 years. Okay, it's going to help you start to move forward, being, living, doing that new person that it is that you've become. Okay, and to actually start to move forward on it without your life changing so much and being so chaotic. Okay, so I think that's a really big opportunity that you have, if you do not let your fears get you down, to start to finally overcome the past, step into a new person, see things differently, and start to move forward on that. Okay, so that's what's coming in. The hard thing as well about this, so I'm telling you, after this new moon, it's hard. It's gonna be hard the end of today, maybe a little bit tomorrow and the next day, but it's meant to be good. The trend is positive, even if these few days are hard. Okay, I'm just trying to let you know that. All right, after the moon moves into this square with after the moon moves into Aries, it then is going to square Mars, which has just moved into 0 degrees Capricorn, okay? So as you're starting to move forward to do things, hopefully with a renewed perspective on life, being someone else after you've been working on something new for so long, and once you start to feel like, okay, now I can start to move forward doing this thing, not only do you have a lot of hurt feelings about the past that are coming in still, that you're still trying to beat down, but then you've got this Mars square also hitting you, saying, okay, do move forward, do some things, be this new person that you've been trying to be for so long, but make sure here with Mars that whatever you do, you're doing it right. You're doing it in the right ways. You're doing it with integrity. You're doing it in a way that can put your life in the right place, okay? I'm not saying what right is, I'm saying what is right for you. You have to do what's right for you. But Capricorn, and when Mars is going to move into Capricorn, definitely is very particular about things. When planets move into Capricorn, a lot of people think of it as karma. You have to answer for, you know, all the things you've done in the past. You have to answer for other things that have happened to you. And I think that's why when it comes to Mars moving into Capricorn and Capricorn squaring the moon, Saturn, Pluto, and Mars squaring the moon in Aries for the next few days, it's so important that you do not do anything that is going to come to haunt you later, that is going to inflame your situation and is going to make it worse, okay? And I think that's the hard thing, is that we were thinking and we were hoping, and maybe I was leading you to believe that after this new moon, it was going to be a chance for us to begin to do whatever we want and have a free-for-all and go crazy on this new identity, and that's not quite what's happening here. What's happening is now that we've stepped into a new identity, based on a 3-year journey of Saturn and Sagittarius, now that we're becoming this new person, we're moving forward, yes, doing some things are important to us, but now we have to make sure that we're doing it in the right ways, that we have the long-term goals in mind, that we're not thinking short-term, that we're not letting our emotions get the best of us, okay? That we're doing the best thing for us to make sure that our life is going in the right direction. And I think that's what starts to hit us right after this new moon is, okay, all right, I'm becoming a new person. I'm stepping into this identity I've been working on. Oh, but it hurts. Oh man, but now I got to do all this stuff. And then you start to do things to feel better, and you realize, oh, restriction coming in, a lot of things going on, intense feelings. I have to make sure, you know, that I'm doing everything right. And it can just send a lot of mixed messages here today, and just needing to make sure that you are not letting your feelings get the best of you, that you are still moving forward, and that when you are moving forward, doing some things that are important to you to be the person that you want or need to be moving forward, that you are doing it in a way that has respect and integrity, okay, so that you don't inflame situations any more than they have to be, all right? So that's what's going on there. Then after that happens, the moon moves through Aries and will make a square with Saturn, which will come in tomorrow at 4 a.m. So that's going to happen tomorrow, again, bringing up more restricted feelings, feeling like it's hard for you to do things, feeling like it's hard for you maybe to make the progress in the way that you want, because you need to think serious about this progress that you're making. Capricorn does not like rash decisions. Capricorn's the winter season. Capricorn says, look, this is the beginning of winter. If we want to think about this, I have to prepare for the next 3-4 months of winter, snow, no food. I have to make sure that what I'm doing now is right for me and will last. And I think that's what we're going to have to make sure that we're doing with the moon making these squares now to Capricorn, is that the actions that you're taking today are going to last you for the next few months, years, maybe even longer. All right, so that's what I've got there. Now for the stuff going on in the background, we have Mars moving into Capricorn today, which I briefly mentioned. I like this. Mars is in its sign of exaltation in Capricorn. We're ending a 3-year journey. Mars was in Sagittarius for a while after Saturn left, okay, really asking us to go back over everything that we had tried to work for the past 3 years, okay, and I think Mars was in a mutable sign, bringing up still lots of change, lots of new things. And now that Mars has entered Capricorn, we have to narrow some things down that we did. Sagittarius is a very expansive sign. It's ruled by Jupiter, expands things, okay? Then we get Mars moving into the next sign over, Capricorn. It's a very restrictive sign. It's ruled by Saturn. So we now have to take all this excitement, all of this new stuff, and Mars is going to help us to narrow it down. It could feel like it's a bad thing, but Mars loves Capricorn because narrowing things down actually gives you more of the focus to achieve things. Okay, so that's what's coming in. We're going from expansive energy now to narrowing energy to make things happen and to get things done. And if you take things seriously here about where your life is going and about some things you want to accomplish, there's nothing nothing Mars can't do. There's nothing you can't do with this, as long as you're just making sure that you're being smart about what you're doing, that you're being disciplined about it, and you're doing things with dedication and integrity. Okay, especially with the squares to Aries. All right, so that's what we've got going on there. Venus and Mercury also in a conjunction today, so lots of conversations going on still with relationships about money. These conversations may not be good ones with Venus in detriment, where it does not like to be in. So just be careful of those things if you're having any hard conversations with people or about people. All right. I do think, however, that even if these conversations are hard in some way, they are helping you with the trine to the North Node today to be happier, to understand better the people in your life, who you are, what the deal is, so that you can start to move forward here, knowing more about yourself and feeling more hopefully lighthearted and carefree now that some things have come up. Okay, so that's what I've got going on there. Now your card for the day is the Queen of Pentacles upright. I like this card. This to me is a card of course it's a queen, nurturing yourself. And this to me is all aspects of yourself, nurturing yourself emotionally, nurturing yourself physically, financially, in whatever way. And I think today is a really good day to take care of yourself on the inside, to pay attention to your feelings, to not let your feelings get the best of you, and to make sure that you have the structures in your life that you need to support yourself from here on out. Queens to me are also very nurturing cards, okay? To make sure that not only you're nurturing yourself, but you're nurturing other people. Okay, I think that's a big thing. We do have the new moon here close to Chiron, bringing up some hurt feelings, and I think what this can mean is sometimes if you got some hurt feelings, you need to take some time out for yourself to tend to your wounds and to make sure you don't rock the boat. This queen likes to make sure all her plans stick and that all her plans are done well. Everything that she does with purpose. And you want to make sure if you do anything today that you do it from the right state of mind, that you do it with purpose, and that it's done from a feeling of comfort, security, hope, and love, and not of fear, insecurity, or anything else. All right. So that's what I'm going to leave for you with you today. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.